Yes, yes. Now it is streaming. Okay, no issue.
To all of you on behalf of Samartha Group of Institution, Polytechnic, Engineering, Pharmacy, Science College, BCS College, MBA College. So today we are organizing the very most important topic webinar, time management. I request to all participants, please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. So very warm welcome our today's guest, Ms. Swathi ma'am. Swathi ma'am is from Edunet Foundation and she is giving our today's webinar on time management. So in each life we have to find and we have to utilize our time with a good manner. So for that purpose we schedule this webinar because time is the very most important things in your life. So time is the money and time is the most important part of your life. So this way we are taking the webinar. So I think we are a warm welcome all of you, and without wasting a time, I request to Swati ma'am, please start the session.
Thank you so much, Bhushan sir. So this is our second webinar with Samarth, and we are very happy to be conducting webinars. So students, I want active participation. I want to hear your answers as well. So first of all, welcome everyone. My name is Swathi. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So let me introduce myself. My name is Swathi Kalesh and I'm from Bangalore. I'm a skills coach working at Edunet Foundation. Edunet Foundation is a non-profit organization which promotes youth innovation, tinkering, making, and helps young people like you prepare for Industry 4.0 jobs. So today's session is all about effective time management. Okay. Yes, students, I request please please mute yourself and unmute only when you're asked to. Okay, so today's session is all about effective time management. Students, they say if a person wants to be a world class leader, they should have good work life balance. And generally, to be successful in your career and in life, time management is very important. So, let's quickly look at the agenda for today. So, today we will be covering subtopics of time management, learning how to prioritize your day properly, learning the importance of time log and to-do list, how they help you manage your time better, identifying our time wasters and time robbers. Well, it's important to know where exactly we are wasting our time, right? Because unless we don't know that, we are not going to be able to manage our time properly. So we will understand that, understanding the Pareto's principle of 18 by 20. And this is a very important concept, students. It was coined by Mr. Ethan Hober. He has explained how this Pareto's principle of 18 by 20 works. Well, we are also going to talk about the urgent and important matrix. And finally, we will talk about being busy versus being productive. So these are what we'll be going to cover in today's session. So let's get started. Right. Well, everyone gets 24 hours in a day, correct? Nobody gets more, nobody gets less. So, why is that some people are always struggling to manage their time? They're always running pillars to post and they're always trying to squeeze in so much in their 24 hours. Still, they complain that we have no time for ourselves. At the end of the day, these people complain like, no, I don't have time. On the other set, right, we have another group of people who are able to manage all their time very, very properly, students. They are able to prioritize, they are able to plan, they are able to accomplish everything in a day's time. At the end of the day, they have a lot of time for themselves and they are always productive. Students, the difference between these two set of people is that the latter set of people are those who have learned the technique of time management. And that is the very reason why we are having this session on time management, to help us become productive and be good at our work. Why do we need time management? Well, there are a lot of benefits associated with being able to manage your time properly. And once we know what these benefits are, we are definitely going to strive to be better with our time management. So let's understand what are these benefits with time management. Okay. So the most important benefit of time management is it helps you save time. Well, in today's day, time is money. Time lost will never come back. You can gain money, but you cannot gain the time which is already lost. So time saved is equal to money, and the time management helps you reduce stress. We are so stressed in our today's life. Why? Because we squeeze into so much without realizing whether we are able to manage our time to do all these different tasks that we have squeezed in. So it helps you to stress yourself, so to stress free yourself. Okay. Time management helps us function effectively, to be a constructive and a productive worker at our workplace, or to be a constructive and an effective, we'll be able to function better, be it managing our studies, be it managing our time to play. Okay. It is important, right? So we'll be able to manage, or we'll be able to function effectively. To increase our work output, it helps us have more control over our responsibilities. Okay. So if I have taken up certain responsibilities, so it is going to help me have more control over it, because I am going to assign these much of time for this particular work. And it will help you prioritize. Students, it will help you plan your task better. You will know what task to do first, and you'll know what to do last. So scheduling our priority is definitely beneficial to us. It helps us get more done in less time. And isn't that what we all strive for? We all want to do so much with so little time. So it helps us do more in the available amount of time. It helps us give good quality of work rather than just finishing it off quickly. We'll be able to do more quality of work. Okay. And doing multiple tasks might, help us, the quality might go down. So if we are giving enough time, we'll be able to produce more. The quality of the work that we produce will be more. And it helps us discipline ourselves, students. And last but not the least, it will help you make sure that you deliver what is promised. Okay. So you have the time to do your work, you're doing quality work, you're doing it with discipline. So it will definitely make sure that, you will deliver what you have promised. If you promise that I will reach by 1 o'clock, you will reach to that particular place by 1 o'clock. Okay. So these are some of the benefits of time management. I'm sure listening to all of this, you would definitely want to learn how to save time and how to manage it, right? So now we will understand, the busy versus productive. This is a very interesting concept, students. A lot of people feel that they are busy and they are also productive. Well, being busy doesn't mean that they are being productive. Busy and productive are two different things. You might say I'm very busy doing something, but when somebody asks you what are you busy doing, there's a question mark. If you are really not sure what you're busy doing, but you tend to want to be busy, so what is the difference between being busy and being productive? Let's understand that a little in detail. Being busy, there are people who have multiple priorities. They will have numerous priorities for themselves. Okay. But productive people, on the other hand, they only focus on few priorities. They have a couple of priorities. So this is my priority. Busy people will always respond with a yes. They will never say no for a task or an activity. Whereas productive people think twice before saying yes. Will I be able to do this in my 24 hours? Is what they will think. And then they will commit before accepting it. Busy people always keep their doors open. Anybody can easily disturb them or interrupt them, which is not a good thing. And when I mean keeping doors open, it is not the literal meaning of keeping doors open, but keeping your distractions, keeping interruptions open. Whereas productive people keep all doors, interruptions away. They always close doors when they are working. So, when you're working on something, you need to put your complete focus on that work and not to the other distractions that are there around. Okay. Busy people, they keep talking about how busy they are, right? I'm busy doing this, I'm busy doing that. But productive people, they let the result speaks for themselves. They don't say I'm busy doing this, but they'll say this is the result of my work. So you will know how much of effort or how much of time I have put into this, right? Busy people are multitaskers, students. They will do a lot of things at one point of time, whereas productive people concentrate on one important task or one important goal. Okay. So this is how okay, now let's understand it. According to a research, a mind, if it is focused on too many things at the same time, you would not deliver the quality of work in any of the task, but because your mind is focused on multiple things. However, if the focus is on one task or one goal, you are able to finish that. So that is always a better thing to do, students. Busy people always ask for advice, whereas productive people take real actions. They get the job done. They depend on actions rather than only talking to people about advices and suggestions. So, the output of this slide is try to be a productive person rather than only being busy. Okay, so how do you be a productive person? We will learn that in the next slide. Okay. Now, one of the very important way of managing our time is being able to create a productivity journal. It is nothing but a time log of your day-to-day activities. What you do in your entire day's time, right from the time you wake up till you sleep. So let's understand the productivity journal. We should have two journals. Okay. So one for your personal and one for your professional activities. It is important to bifurcate these two journals, students. Always label it with date, time, and day. Okay. So, how would you do it? Prioritize the first three tasks, the first three tasks of your day. It is very important to jot down what are the first three important tasks and your priorities. Okay. So, it will, when you do it every day, you know, it'll become a habit. So you will be more disciplined towards creating your productivity journal. Okay. All you need to do is just take a simple book. Okay. It's a very simple thing to do, students. Just take a simple book and schedule. What is your schedule? Okay. So I also use a simple book like this. I will just show it to you. One second. Yes, I hope I'm visible. Yes. So I use a simple book like this. Okay. So here I have my time mentioned, and here I have my to-do list. So this is my productivity journal, students. Okay. So you get this online, but also you can do it with any normal book. It is not necessary that you have to buy it, you have to purchase it, but it is important that you create your productivity journal like this. Okay. So that you have written down all the points that you want to do, the first three things. So today I have a task, right? So you can do that with a productivity journal. And it is important to use it every day. Make it a point to use it regularly, students, because that is the crux of managing your time properly. Okay. Now, moving on. Well, how do you maximize your productivity journal? The power of your productivity journal. Okay. It's important to plan the night before, students. The reason being, your subconscious mind is most alert at that time. And whatever you feed into your mind will stay till the morning. Hence, it's important to plan before. You are mentally prepared for the morning. Again, prioritize your task. Understand what task needs to be done first and what needs to be done next. Cross off completed task. Nothing is more satisfying and accomplishing than putting a tick mark on a completed task. You feel, thank God this task is done. You know, that satisfying feeling is really good. So, you know, it gives you a sense of pride. You feel proud about yourself, like, yes, I did this. And carry out unfinished task. So if for some reason you are not able to finish a task, it's okay, you can carry it over to the next day. Okay. Now, making a to-do list. Okay, very, very important. So we will understand the step-by-step process of it. It is again a very important way of managing your time better, students. Having a to-do list. See, we are all human beings. We tend to forget things. Okay. So what I do is I write it down in my to-do list. Okay. This is what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So a lot of them know this concept, but how much do you practicing? How much do you practice it? Right? Your to-do list should capture all your tasks and you know what you need to do in your day. Okay. So there is a step-by-step approach, and I would want you to follow this wherever you are making a to-do list. Okay. First, capture everything that you need to do. Okay. It can be going to the grocery store or getting vaccinated, something as important as that also. So make sure you write it down in your to-do list. Okay. However small or big the task is, doesn't matter, write it down. Okay. All those tasks which are most important, just write it down according to their priority. Follow the ABC method of priority. You know, if it is most important, write it A. Then if it is less important or least important, write it B. And then the it is, if it is the priority is the third one, then write it C. So you will know which you need to do first. Okay. Try to understand how much time it is going to take for every task. Okay. So if it is an hour, if it is half an hour, how long does each step take, or each task take? So you must have had an idea, or just put an approximate time. Give yourself a deadline that I need to finish this task within half an hour. And as mentioned earlier, tick when the task is done. It is motivating, students. Trust me. When you feel that you can complete this task in half an hour, when you feel that you are able to complete 2 or 3 tasks within 1 hour, that is very motivating, and we will feel to do more of it. Okay. So this is an effective tool, students. Okay, we call it chunk, block, and tackle. Okay, so chunk, block, and tackle. Correct. Now, when you are faced with a huge project or a huge task, how do you face this task? Okay, so whenever we are faced with a big task, right, we often fear, we often get scared. So it's okay, there is no need to get scared. Just break down the project. If you have been asked, if you have asked to do a big task, break it down and set some specific time for every task depending upon the size of the task. Okay, if this is going to take 1 hour, I will do it today. I will do the smaller tasks. Okay, so Keep a specific time for every task. And when you break down the project, identify which are the small tasks. Okay. So if this is something that can be done very quickly, then do it off immediately. And if it is something that takes a lot of time, a lot of resource, then you can assign particular date and time for that. All right. Yes. Do you have any questions, students? I see somebody has been raising hands. If you have any questions, please unmute and you can ask. Students, do you have any questions? Or shall we continue? I will take that as a no. Okay. And avoid interruption. Don't get distracted easily. I know it is easy said than done, but try to avoid interruptions, students. And finally, don't multitask. Tackle one task at a time, because remember, if you want quality of work, you need to reduce your interruptions and focus on one task at a time. Okay, now moving on to our next topic, which is prioritizing your time. Okay, so Mr. Eisenhower has mentioned that what is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important. So, if it is important, it is not urgent, and when it is urgent, it is not important. So, it is kind of tricky, right? So, now I will take you through the urgent and important matrix, students. Okay. So, the urgent and important matrix is a very it is one of the biggest, or I would say it is one of the most effective tool to manage your time, students. When you understand these four matrix, right, you will be able to manage your time better, right? So now we'll quickly understand. Time management is just about learning to manage time, but it is also managing yourself in relation to time. And it has been easily mentioned by Mr. Eisenhower through this urgent and important matrix. Okay, so we will understand what is this. So the first quadrant is urgent and important. So what is urgent and what is important will fall under this quadrant. And the second quadrant, urgent but not important. The third quadrant, urgent but not important. And then the fourth quadrant, not urgent, not important. Okay, so this is the time management matrix. So if you look at this quadrant 1, okay, so this is the quadrant where it is very urgent, it is very important. Something like your crisis, your problems, your project with deadlines, sometimes you're hurrying for your college. Okay, so this is important. College is important and it's also urgent. Okay, so the second quadrant, it is important, but it is not urgent. Okay. So it can be your relationship building, meeting up your friends, catching up with your family, planning, having fun, going, watching movies. Okay. Recreation. So it is important, but it is not urgent. The third matrix or the third quadrant, not important, but urgent. So this quadrant, it is not important for you, but it is urgent for others. So you might receive some emails, or you might receive some phone calls, or you might be interrupted, like, hey, I need this immediately. I want you to send me a copy of the notes immediately. It is not important for you, but it is urgent for somebody else, so you have to do it. And then not important, not urgent, that is our quadrant 4. So keeping, our time wasters, basically our mails, phone calls, which are not important, but they are not urgent also. So students, I would say that if you are in the quadrant 2, try always to be in the quadrant 2, wherein it is important but it is not urgent. If you are able to be in this quadrant 2, that means you are successfully managing your time. Okay. I hope it is clear. Students, any doubts? Please let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. So moving forward, we will understand the Pareto's principle. Okay. I would highly recommend using the Pareto's principle and the, okay. So the Pareto's principle, right, which is the 18 by 20 rule. So this is an age old principle, students, which states that you have to put your efforts where they will make the most difference. Focus on 20% of your actions, which will reap 80% of the results. Most of us try to accomplish too much in a day rather than accomplish the important things, and that will give you the maximum benefits. So put your efforts in the 20%, wherein you will gain 80% results. Concentrate, focus on your actions. So if you concentrate 100%, right, so that will be just the 20% of the job, wherein you will get 80% of the results. So put your efforts where they will make the most difference. So this is what I say: prioritize your time, prioritize your work. Okay, so when you prioritize, you will be able to understand where you are putting too much of time, where you're reducing your time. Okay, so there are multiple benefits of 18 by 20 rule. Okay, the first thing is you identify important problems. You are able to prioritize your day, you are able to prioritize your task, and you will be able to identify the most important problems. And the second thing, you are able to concentrate on your strengths. So you know what you are best at doing, so you will be able to concentrate on that particular skill and your particular strength. It will help you in undivided focus, students. You will be focused so much because you're putting your complete attention on that 20% of the job, so that it will reap 80% of the results, and you will use the tools that are most needed, right? So if there is an application, if there is a software, or if there is something, some tool that will help you with getting your important result or getting your result, you will be able to utilize that. Okay, I would highly recommend that using the Pareto's principle and the urgent and important matrix to manage your time effectively, students. And now we will understand procrastination, right? So I'm pretty sure all of us have done this in our lifetime. Procrastination. We avoid doing task that needs to be accomplished. We will feel that okay, we will do this later. We would rather carry out less urgent task or less important task than more important ones. Thus, we are putting off impending task to a later time. You do it once, it's fine, but you should not be doing this again and again, right? There is always one, I will do this good thing from tomorrow. Okay, from tomorrow I will do it. From tomorrow I will do it. So there is a very famous proverb in Hindi. Kal kare so aaj kare so ab. So that is the best way that you can tackle procrastination, students. So I am going to also talk about 9 ways to overcome procrastination. Are you all with me? Give me a yes, no.
Yes.
All right. So 9 ways to overcome procrastination, students. First, delete. If a task is getting carried away, delete it. If you're not able to do it, delegate it. The second point, delegate it to those who have the time and the resource to do the task. Third one, do it. If it is small, you can just do it, just complete it. Don't postpone it. And then I want to talk about a 15-minute rule, students. When a task in hand is, when there is a task in hand, and if you can finish it within 15 minutes, just do it. Don't delay. Chop it up. Overwhelming task, if you think this is a very big task, then chop it. reduce it into smaller bits, and then you can definitely tackle those tasks. Ask for advice. If you are stuck at a task, ask for advice. Next, clear deadlines. Students, most of the task gets procrastinated due to no deadline. So, have a clear deadline set for a particular task. I am going to finish this chapter within 1 hour. Okay, so that is what you're supposed to do. Have a clear deadline. And next, reward yourself, students. Pat yourself. Give yourself a break. If you've been working really hard, give yourself a break. Reward yourself. Maybe, you can buy yourself an ice cream for doing well or something. And finally, remove distractions. Focus on your work. If it is your phone that is causing a lot of distraction, put it on silent mode. Okay. And if it is your applications, that is maybe your social media or something. Now, I'm pretty sure we have this option even in the social media, wherein you can set a particular time. So, if you want to use social media, let's say if you want to use WhatsApp, if you want to use Facebook, you want to use Instagram, set a particular time that I should not use Instagram or WhatsApp for more than this particular minutes. Set yourself, give yourself half an hour time. That will be much more. You can, half an hour is a lot of time to catch up with the world, catch up with your friends, us understand what they are doing. Correct? So just remove those distractions, students. So there are some obstacles to effective time management. We will understand them one by one. Unclear objectives. Not having clear objectives lead to lack of time management. Any questions, students? Okay, so I will move ahead. Okay, so unclear objectives, right? Not having clear objectives can lead to lack of time management. So it is important that you have clear objectives. So this will help you complete the task. And the second thing, it's being disorganized. It's irritating and annoying to be disorganized, whether it is at home, whether it is at work. Organize things. Set certain time. Okay, I'm going to go with my mother to go shop vegetables. I'm going to go help my father. I'm going to do this to my sister. And then, with regarding to your college work, you can set a particular time. So this is how you will be able to manage your time effectively, by being organized. The third obstacle is lack of planning. Students, if you don't plan, you won't be able to finish your work. So plan, prioritize, make a to-do list. And finally, the last obstacle is your interruptions. So if your interruption is your phone, if your interruption is something outside, then you need to find out effective ways to avoid those interruptions. If your phone is interrupting you too much, like I mentioned, you can put it on silent for maybe half an hour. Do not attend any calls, do not attend to any messages, and then set yourself some time for your social media, for chatting with your friends. Okay, and then you will be able to effectively manage your time, students. So we are now at the last or the final slide, which is identifying your time wasters. Time is money. Time lost is never coming back again. So manage your time as it is, that is what a lot of successful people do. So now we will identify where we are wasting our time a lot. So you need to identify where you are wasting your time a lot. Are you getting interruptions and distractions often? So that is your time wasters. you do not have planning, if there is poor planning, so that also can be a time waster, students. Perfectionism. You might be wondering, what? How can perfectionism be a time waster? Sometimes we waste a lot of time trying to be perfect, trying to do something very perfect. It is okay if it is not perfect, but do not waste a lot of time making things perfect. And the next one is trying to do everything yourself. Students, sometimes because we cannot say no to somebody, or because we are happy to do something, we take on too much on ourselves. So we are trying to do only by ourselves. So whenever it is important, ask for help, right? You can ask, or you can always discuss this. I feel this particular task is utilizing too much of my time, so could you please help me with this? You can always ask your friends, or you can always ask your teachers for that. Taking on too much, with relation to the previous point, when you take on too much, it is going to be a burden for you, and you will not be able to finish it on time. The quality of work will not be great. So ask for help whenever it is required. Too much socializing. It so happens that we are, distracted, or we are too much, talking with our friends, we are just chit chatting. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing, but doing too much of it can be a waste of time. So too much of socializing can also be a time waster. And next, not valuing your own time. We feel that we have a lot of time, but what are we doing in that time? What productive are we doing in that time? Right? So we need to value our own time, because the time or the moment that is gone is not going to come back, students. This particular half an hour or 1 hour, for however long we have been in this call, this is not going to come back to us. Correct? No matter how much of money I'm going to pay, this time is never going to come back. So value your time always. Okay? Do something productive, learn something new every day. And finally, lack of skills. So lack of skills can be a problem, students. Sometimes if we do not have the right set of skills, then we might probably be wasting our time on doing it. If we are not skilled, probably we should learn that skill, and we should do it on time. Reminding of which, when I say skills, right? So I want all of you to work with me right now, and we will log into our skills build portal, students. All right? Is everyone with me? Yes, no,
Yes.
students? Okay. So I'm quickly going to show you how you can log into your skills build portal, students. So I want all of you to do it with me. So let me quickly. Yeah, I will stop sharing my screen here, and I will just I request every student to do this along with me, because all of you are onboarded students. I just want you to do it with me. Okay. So I will quickly share my screen. 1 minute. All you need to do is just go to Google.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
students, participants. If any questions, you can ask to madam. Okay. So I think there is a no question from students. Definitely after that they will contact with you, madam. And also please guide on regarding this our app also.
Sure, sir. I will just quickly share it here.
Quickly give the overview of that app.
Sure, sir. So, students, I'm just mentioning a website here, that is Skills Build website. I've just clicked. So I request everybody to click on this website. The link that you just received in the chat. Please click on this. So it is skills, skills .yourlearning.ibm.com. So I will just share my screen again. Yeah. So once you click on this particular screen, you will be redirected to this page. Yes. So I just want you to click on login with Google. So you will be logged in with your Google account, right? So please click on login with Google, students. I want you to do this with me right now, because this way I'll also show you what other benefits you will be getting from Skills Build. So I request all of you to please click on the link that I have shared on the chat and just click on login with Google. Okay, 1 second. So I have an IBM account. I will be logging in with my IBM ID. So you just need to click login with Google, and since you all have your Gmail IDs, right? You can use your Gmail ID and your same password, the Google password. Just log in with your Gmail, Google account, and you will be redirected to Skills Build page, right? So in this particular portal platform, students, you will be getting a lot of courses absolutely free of cost. So there are courses with regarding to time management as well, right? So you can just click on search here, and you can click for time management. Just click time and you will get the prioritizing your time, how you can do it. So once you tick this course up, students, you will be also getting a certificate. Okay, see, so there is time management skills, time management for remote workers, 5 tips to stay productive. So all these time management related courses, you will have it here. Not just that, I want you to finish a small course which is on artificial intelligence. Okay. So if you just click AI, yes, the foundations, the basics, this is a very basic of it. So I have a small tutorial here, students. It's a video based tutorial. I'll just share the link here with you, for which you will also be getting the certificate. So I'll just share this link here. I'll just click on this. Okay, and I'll share this activity with you so you all can access it. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I want all of you to just click on this link here, and then you need to click on go to this activity. So once you click on go to this activity, you will be redirected to YouTube. So I request all of you to watch the video. It is 11 minutes video. Yes. So this is a small crash course on artificial intelligence, and you will also be getting a certificate for this, right? So you need to go back to Skills Build once you have completed watching it. Okay, I have already completed this. I'll just show you how it is done. So you need to mark complete here. So once you go back, you go to the activity. So you will watch this YouTube video. Okay, it is 11 minutes video. Once you are done watching it, you need to come back and click on mark complete. Okay, so since it's 11-minute video, just have to click on submit. And once you click on submit, you will also be getting your certificate here. Just click on this drop down menu and you can see view completion certificate. You'll be getting a certificate also for this. Okay, I will be sharing a WhatsApp link here in the chat, students. I request all of you to share your certificates here on the chat. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Uh, Completed, madam.
Yes. I want the students to do it along with me, sir, just when they are on the session.
Okay. I think students is on login from mobile.
Okay. Okay, sir. No problem. So we will just quickly finish this. I'll share the WhatsApp link here, so WhatsApp group link, so that the students can start sharing their certificate.
Okay.
Students, you just have to share the certificate. If you have any doubts, please reach out to me. You just have to click on go to this activity, and then once the activity is done, please click on view completion certificate and you can share it here. So you see this option, just share it. Or you can take a screenshot if you're doing it on your phone and you can share it with us. I'm just sharing the link of yes. Students, I have shared the WhatsApp link. So you can join this group and please share your certificates. Yes. So we can continue. So I hope today you all had a
Yes.
insightful
Done.
session.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, madam. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
done.
Okay. So students, all students to register on that website, and madam already given the instruction how to register and what will be which course we are taking and how to register for that particular course. Okay. So I request to all students please join on WhatsApp group also. So definitely you will get the other instruction for the next course also. Okay, so now we will stop here today. So thank you, madam, for giving this valuable time for our Samartha students, and
Thank you, sir.
definitely it will help to our students for future their goals, and definitely it will help to our placement also.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, madam, on behalf of our Samartha group of institution, Polytechnic, Engineering, Pharmacy, BCS, all students are joined for the today's webinar. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you so much, students. Thank you, Bhushan sir. It was an very, I would say, I had a great time training all the students.